Lionel Messi earned more money last year than almost any athlete alive, but the real story is how he spends it. From luxury properties and hotels to cars, private jets, and a growing business empire, Messi's fortune goes far beyond football, but it all starts with one number. Before anyone gets to the cars or the houses, you have to understand the scale of what's coming in. In 2026, Forbes estimated Messi's annual earnings at $140 million, split equally between on-field and off-field income, while his net worth is believed to have crossed the $1.1 billion mark, making him one of the few billionaire athletes in the world. Other trackers are more conservative. As of 2026, Lionel Messi has an estimated net worth of $850 million, according to various sources, including Give Me Sport and Parade. Either way, we're talking about a fortune that puts him in a category with maybe 5 or 6 other athletes on the planet. At Inter Miami, the number that gets thrown around constantly is his salary. At Inter Miami, Lionel Messi earns a base salary of $25 million annually with guaranteed compensation of $28.3 million, making him the highest-paid player in Major League Soccer. But that's really just the floor. Beyond the contract, his overall package, including commercial arrangements and ownership-related benefits by Inter Miami owner Jorge Mas, is between $70 million and $80 million per year. That's not a soccer salary anymore. That's a media conglomerate wrapped around one guy in cleats. And here's the thing, the on-field money was never even the biggest chunk. Forbes broke down where the $140 million actually comes from, and it splits almost evenly. Out of this, USD 70 million comes from on-field income, while another USD 70 million comes from endorsements and off-field deals. Adidas anchors that side of things and has for 2 decades. Adidas has been sponsoring Messi since 2006, but the endorsement portfolio has grown well past a shoe deal. Hard Rock International recently described Messi as its brand ambassador while launching its 2026 soccer campaign around him. And it's not just sportswear and hospitality brands lining up. Cruise lines want him too. Royal Caribbean also named Messi as the official icon of its Icon of the Seas ship, adding another big lifestyle brand to his global image. Only a handful of names out-earned him this past year. Only 4 athletes, NFL quarterback Dak Prescott, boxer Tyson Fury, NBA superstar Stephen Curry, and Ronaldo, earned more during the same period. Think about that list for a second. Football, boxing, basketball, soccer's other GOAT candidate, and then Messi still in the top 5 at an age when most footballers have already hung up their boots. Now, here's where it gets interesting, because analysts don't even fully agree on the size of the fortune, and the reason isn't sloppy math. It's that Messi's money has moved into places that are genuinely hard to put a price tag on. The difference comes down to how analysts value his private business stakes in MIM Hotels, Mas by Messi, his restaurant holdings, and his Inter Miami equity rights, since those private valuations are not publicly confirmed. Whichever number you believe, the trajectory tells the real story. Whether he sits at $850 million or $1.1 billion, Messi's financial trajectory is no longer defined by his salary alone. That last part matters more than it sounds like it does. Most athletes, the day they stop playing, their income basically falls off a cliff. Messi built something different. Unlike most athletes whose income drops sharply at retirement, Messi's income streams are structured to persist. Adidas royalties continue for life. MIM Hotels generate revenue through Meliá's management. Edificio Rostower is publicly listed and generating returns, and the Inter Miami ownership stake appreciates alongside MLS expansion. So when people ask how Messi spends his millions, the honest starting point is this. The millions aren't just being spent, they're being replanted. Real estate, hospitality, wine, tech startups, a restaurant chain, and, yes, an absurd amount spent on things that just look cool in a garage. We'll get to every single one of those. But first, let's talk about where he actually lives. Because the property list alone spans 3 continents, and it did not happen by accident. If you want to track where Messi's money physically sits, start with the real estate, because it's the single biggest slice of the pie. Messi boasts a substantial real estate portfolio reportedly worth around $300 million. That number alone would make him one of the largest individual property holders among active athletes anywhere in the world. And it didn't start with mansions, it started small. Back when he was still a teenager finding his feet at Barcelona, Messi joined FC Barcelona in 2004 and ventured into real estate in 2009 when he purchased a home in Castelldefels near Barcelona for $2 million. That first purchase eventually turned into something much bigger. Back in Spain, Messi owns a lavish estate in Castelldefels near Barcelona, where he spent much of his career, featuring a private football field, swimming pool, gym, landscaped gardens, and panoramic Mediterranean views. Other reports put the Barcelona property closer to 7 figures on the higher end, a $7 million mansion in Barcelona. Either figure tells you the same thing. This was never just a house. It was a compound built for a guy who needed a training pitch in his own backyard. Then there's Rosario, his hometown, the place he keeps coming back to no matter how far the career takes him. In his hometown of Rosario, Argentina, Messi built a large private compound popularly known as the Fortress. The nickname isn't just branding. In Argentina, he owns a sprawling family estate in Rosario, while his investments also include luxury properties in Ibiza and hospitality assets through his growing business ventures. But the real estate story really picks up speed once Miami enters the picture. Messi started buying in Florida years before he ever signed for Inter Miami, long before anyone assumed he'd end up playing there. In 2019, he purchased a unit at the Porsche Design Tower in Sunny Isles Beach, Miami, for $5 million. That building isn't just another luxury tower, it's famous for one specific gimmick. The luxury residence is known for its ocean views, private terraces, and a unique car elevator system that allows residents to park vehicles near their apartments. Locals call it the Deservator, and it's exactly what it sounds like, a glass elevator system that transports his vehicles directly to his high-rise living. So Messi's cars, some of the most expensive vehicles on Earth, ride a private elevator up to his front door. 2 years later, he doubled down on Sunny Isles. In 2021, Messi bought an entire floor at the Regalia Tower in Sunny Isles Beach for $7.3 million, a luxury apartment that includes panoramic ocean views, a large terrace, wine storage, and premium amenities. An entire floor, not a unit, a floor. Then came the move that made all the Florida buying look like preparation rather than coincidence. Once the Inter Miami deal was signed, Messi and his wife went looking for a primary home to actually live in day-to-day. After joining Inter Miami, Messi added a $10.8 million waterfront mansion in Fort Lauderdale, a property located close to Inter Miami's training facilities with multiple bedrooms, waterfront access, and private docks. The scale of the place is what actually stands out. The property spans more than 10,000 square feet and includes 10 bedrooms, a private dock, swimming pool, gym, spa, and stunning waterfront views. And even after landing the big one, he kept adding to the Miami portfolio. He has also invested in Miami's luxury condominium market, including purchases at Cipriani Residences Miami, where a single unit was valued at $7.5 million. That Cipriani building isn't your average condo tower either. It's part of the Canaletto collection, a limited run of 6 penthouses and 68 ultra-luxe residences perched atop the building's top 18 floors, offering total privacy and 360-degree views of Miami's skyline and Biscayne Bay, with residents enjoying exclusive perks like priority access to Cipriani's private speakeasy in an 80-story Brickell tower designed by Arquitectonica with interiors curated by 1508 London. Add it all up, and you get a man who owns pieces of Barcelona, Rosario, Ibiza, and basically half of Sunny Isles Beach, plus the one place he actually calls home now on the Fort Lauderdale waterfront. And unlike a lot of athletes who just flip properties for profit, Messi's pattern looks more like someone building a life across every place that's ever mattered to him. Which brings us to the part of his spending that gets photographed the most, the garage. This is the part of Messi's spending that turns into internet arguments every few months. because half the cars linked to his name are confirmed, and the other half are basically urban legend with a receipt attached. Let's start with what's not in dispute. Messi has been a car guy for a long time, and the collection spans everything from track-only hypercars to family SUVs. Messi owns an impressive array of supercars: Bugatti, Ferrari, Lamborghini, the list goes on and on. One estimate puts the total value of the fleet close to real money even by his standards. Lionel Messi owns a fleet of luxury cars worth close to $40 million. The crown jewel, or at least the car everyone talks about, is a 1957 Ferrari that comes with its own soap opera. The most expensive car in Messi's garage is undoubtedly the Ferrari 335 Spider Scaglietti, which he reportedly bought in an auction for a whopping $36 million. And the auction story gets better because of who supposedly lost the bidding war. Who came second in the auction? Cristiano Ronaldo. Messi beating Ronaldo to a $36 million Ferrari at auction is the kind of story that writes its own headline, and outlets ran with it for years. The car itself is a genuine piece of racing history, powered by a 4-liter naturally aspirated V12 engine and can reach a top speed of 300 km/h. But here's the twist that most of the breathless car collection articles skip over. Messi himself appears to have mocked the whole story. He was also rumored to have purchased a 1957 Ferrari 335 Sport Spider Scaglietti in 2016 for $36 million. But an Instagram post showing him holding a toy car appears to make fun of and potentially deny this claim. One outlet even describes the moment directly. Messi showed off the purchase by posting an image on Instagram holding a miniature version of the car. So depending on how you read that post, Messi either confirmed the purchase with a joke or quietly torched a rumor that had been following him for nearly a decade. Even car outlets covering his garage in 2026 admit they can't nail it down. While widely reported as the most expensive car in his possession, valued at approximately $36 million, the details are not confirmed, suggesting the story may be more legend than fact. Then there's the Pagani. This one's a little more settled, though the price tag varies depending on who you ask. Off the field, the Argentinian World Cup champion's taste for the finer things continues with a car collection reportedly headlined by a $1.5 million Pagani Zonda Tricolore. Other estimates push that number higher, closer to $2 million. What makes the Zonda stand out isn't just the price, it's the rarity. The Pagani Zonda Tricolore is among the most eccentric cars in his collection, with funky curves and a domed interior, making it look like something out of the future. And did we mention there are only 3 of these in the world? Even the Zonda has its skeptics, though. One deep dive into the garage points out that the car doesn't really match Messi's known habits. Unlike his rival Cristiano Ronaldo, who frequently poses with his Bugattis and his own Pagani Huayra, Messi has never publicly acknowledged owning this car, and given his preference for comfortable, high-end SUVs for his daily commute. A raw, screaming V12 hypercar seems out of character for his known driving habits. That same piece raises the obvious possibility. This may be another case of the media assigning a rare car to a famous name to generate buzz. What's much easier to confirm is the everyday stuff. The car's actually spotted on the street. During his Barcelona years, sponsorship did a lot of the work. During his years at FC Barcelona, he was regularly seen with Audi models supplied through the club's sponsorship agreement. Vehicles such as the Audi Q7, Audi RS6, and Audi A7 became familiar sights during that period. That relationship never really ended. Messi is a brand ambassador for Audi, so it should come as no surprise that several are included in his collection. Once he landed in Florida, the garage adapted to American life. For his daily life at Inter Miami, the star alternates between the sophistication of the Mercedes Maybach and the luxury versatility of the Cadillac Escalade. The Escalade, in particular, seems to be the one car nobody disputes. Unlike the Ferrari 335s or the Pagani Zonda, the Cadillac Escalade is a verified practical reality in Lionel Messi's garage. It fits the title The Miami Daily perfectly because it is the quintessential American luxury SUV for a father of 3 living in Florida. The Mercedes hasn't gone unnoticed either. Messi was spotted cruising through Miami in 2026 in a Mercedes-Maybach S680, the German brand's top-tier luxury badge, and about as understated as a six-figure car can look. Round out the list with a few more confirmed appearances over the years. The Maserati Gran Turismo, the Mercedes SLS AMG, the Ferrari F430 Spider, and you get a garage that swings from track-only Italian legends worth 8 figures down to a family SUV that gets used for actual school runs. Whichever number you trust for the total, one estimate lands the whole collection around $50 million. Lionel Messi car collection is valued at an estimated $50 million, ranging from priceless 1950s racing icons to ultra-modern family SUVs and rare Italian hypercars. And the cars don't even travel the same way he does. For that, he's got something even bigger parked in a hangar. Every few months, a new photo makes the rounds of Messi boarding a private jet, and the internet notices the same detail every single time: the names on the stairs. The exterior of the jet features the number 10 on its tail, a tribute to the jersey number that defined an era in football. And the steps of the aircraft are also personalized with the names of his wife, Antonella Roccuzzo, and their 3 sons, Thiago, Matteo, and Ciro. It's a Gulfstream V, and depending on who's valuing it, the price sits somewhere between $15 and $18 million. Lionel Messi verifiably owns a private jet, a Gulfstream V, which he purchased around 2018. And unlike rumors around some celebrities, this aircraft is widely reported as his personal asset, valued at about $15 million and featuring long-range capability, luxury interiors, and personal customizations. The jet isn't just for show, it actually gets used constantly. After 5 years of heavy use across South America, Europe, and North America, the cabin received a full refresh in 2023, with new full-grain leather seating, Korean countertops, updated carpets, and modernized cabin finishes addressing the visible wear that comes with a private jet used as intensively as Messi's. One count of his flight logs found the plane crossing the Atlantic dozens of times in a single stretch. The aircraft has been tracked making dozens of transatlantic crossings in single years. And Messi doesn't keep it to himself. The footballer isn't one to keep his luxuries to himself and is known to make his gorgeous Gulfstream V private jet available to family and friends when he's not using it to take his wife and kids on holidays or lending it to his father for business trips. His team members also reportedly use it to get to games. The watches tell a similar story of quiet, very expensive taste. Messi isn't the guy flexing a new Richard Mille every match day. He leans Rolex and Patek Philippe, and the pieces he does wear tend to have a story behind them. One that got attention was tied to his PSG signing. The Yachtmaster in Everose Gold, reference 126,655, was photographed on Messi's wrist on his Paris Saint-Germain signing day in August 2021. Retailing at $27,300, with secondary market prices sitting around $39,000. He's also been photographed in pieces tied to motorsport history. Messi was spotted wearing the Rolex Daytona reference 126529LN, an extremely special piece nicknamed the Le Mans, which Rolex unveiled in June 2023 to celebrate the 100th anniversary of the 24 Hours of Le Mans before discontinuing the model in April 2024. On the Patek side, there's a specific model that shows up regularly during his Miami years. The Aquanaut that actually shows up on his wrist in the Inter-Miami years is the chronograph. Messi has been photographed at matches in the white gold Aquanaut chronograph 5968G, midnight blue dial on a blue composite strap, and he has also been seen in the high jewelry Aquanaut loose rainbow. Now, here's where the spending stops looking like luxury shopping and starts looking like an actual company. Because while the cars and jets get the clicks, the real money is going somewhere much less flashy: hotels. His ventures include the MIM Hotels chain, launched in partnership with Majestic Hotel Group in 2017, Moss by Messi, his sports drink brand introduced in 2024, the Messi Store, a lifestyle and clothing brand that opened its first physical location in Barcelona and now operates primarily online, and 525 Rosario, his media and production company. The hotel chain in particular has grown into something serious. Messi's boutique hotel portfolio stretches across 6 destinations in Spain and Andorra, moving between Mediterranean coastlines, fashionable island escapes, and snow-covered mountain resorts, with properties in Sitges, Ibiza, Mallorca, Baquera, Sotogrande, and Andorra. And it's not a passion project run out of a spare office. A major hospitality group now runs it for him. Meliá Hotels International and MIM Hotels, the boutique hospitality brand owned by global football legend Leo Messi, have announced a strategic partnership under which Meliá will take over management of the MIM Hotels portfolio, incorporating these 6 boutique hotels across Sitges, Sotogrande, Mallorca, Ibiza, and Baquera Beret, as well as Andorra, into the Meliá collection. Every property carries his fingerprint in a very literal way. Each property reflects Messi's personal vision of luxury hospitality, featuring signature elements such as the exclusive Messi Suite and curated memorabilia, including a signed replica of the Ballon d'Or trophy. The food and drink side has expanded right alongside the hotels. Messi has also invested in Winemaker, a Switzerland-based company with which he has launched his own wine range, and he is a global partner and shareholder in Argentine restaurant chain El Club de la Milanesa. The wine venture actually started years earlier and ties back to something more personal than profit. His food and beverage interests also include wine. The long-running L10 label, created in partnership with Argentina's Bodegas Bianchi, supports Messi's charitable foundation, and he has also moved further into premium wine through the Lionel Messi collection, produced with Swiss winery Chateau Constellation. That foundation is worth pausing on because it's the one part of Messi's spending that isn't about growing his own fortune at all. In 2007, Messi established the Leo Messi Foundation to give back, focusing on kids facing tough times, especially those battling cancer, and in 2010 he was made a UNICEF ambassador. Its reach has grown well beyond Argentina. The foundation operates across Argentina, Spain, and broader Latin America. And then there's the tech side, the part almost nobody expects from a footballer. The main motive for launching Playtime Sports Tech Holdco LLC is to fund soccer technology firms or invest in teams, and it has already set investments in 2 soccer-based startups, Matchday.com, an interactive gaming site, and AC Momento, a market app. It's a small piece of the overall pie compared to hotels and real estate, but it points at where Messi's business brain is headed post-retirement, not just collecting cars and watches, but quietly owning stakes in the industries that will outlast his playing career by decades. So after all of it, the mansions on 3 continents, the disputed Ferrari, the Gulf Stream with his kids' names on the steps, the 6 hotels now run by a major hospitality group. What does the spending actually tell you? It tells you Messi built something that doesn't behave like typical athlete wealth. Most players spend big during their careers and then watch the money slow to a trickle the moment they retire. Messi structured things so the opposite happens. His financial story is the story of a quieter athlete, turning long-term trust into a billion-dollar value. The hotels keep generating income whether he's playing or not. The real estate appreciates whether he's on the pitch or on a beach in Ibiza. The Adidas deal pays out for life. Even the Inter Miami stake grows as the league itself grows around him. There's a pattern to how he's built it too, and it shows up across every part of the portfolio. Hotels, beverages, tech investing, wine, fashion, and restaurant chains all leverage the Messi name, extending the brand into adjacent categories. And the geography isn't random either. It mirrors his actual life. Assets span the United States, with Miami real estate and Inter Miami equity. Europe, with Barcelona properties, MIM Hotels, and Edificio Rostauer, and South America, with the Rosario estate and Argentine business interests. Every continent where Messi has lived, he's also built. Not every business bet has landed clean either. The clothing venture ran into real trouble before it found stable footing. In March 2024, following continuous financial deficits at the licensing firm, operational control and the brand license were transferred to Centric Brands in a transaction valued at $2 million. Even the sports drink line, Moss, didn't survive in its original form. Despite Moss being discontinued, the venture expanded brand equity. So this isn't a portfolio where everything he touches turns to gold automatically. Some of it gets restructured. Some of it gets quietly wound down. That's actually part of what makes the empire believable. It behaves like a real business operation with real misses, not a highlight reel. What ties it all together, though, is that almost none of it was built to be looked at. Compare Messi's spending to the way some of his peers operate. Cars posed for commercials, hypercars flaunted on social media, every purchase turned into content. Messi's biggest asset is a hotel chain most casual fans have never heard of. His second biggest is a real estate portfolio spread across cities. Most of the public will never connect to him. Even the disputed Ferrari, the one car that actually would fit the flashy athlete stereotype, he seems to have quietly mocked rather than confirmed. The jet gets used by his dad for business trips. The Escalade does school runs. The wine funds his own charity. Even the tech investments are aimed at funding other soccer startups rather than just parking cash. Every thread, when you pull on it, leads back to family, hometown, or the sport itself. So when you ask how Lionel Messi spends his millions, the honest answer isn't a single number or a single purchase. It's a structure. Hotels in Spain, a fortress in Rosario, a waterfront home a few minutes from his own training ground, a jet that carries his entire family's names, and a business empire quietly built to keep paying out long after he stopped playing the sport that made all of it possible. The trophies will end up in a museum eventually. This part of the story is the part that keeps running,